Alright, so this is my reaction to my AFC East predictions I made at the beginning of the year before the season started. We're going to kind of see what I got right, what I got wrong, and let's just see what I say about the AFC East before it even happens. What to make of this division, but okay, that's a great start. I don't know what to make of this division. I mean, it was that kind of year. We did have that kind of year across the league of just not knowing what's going on, but yeah, at the beginning of the year, like, the AFC East was so wide open, so I guess this kind of made sense. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. I had braces back then. Okay, so yeah, the division, really odd. I mean, we pretty much have a clear-cut winner in this division. I think I know who I said there, but who I meant there, but that didn't happen. I don't see a lot changing, really. But I'm here to kind of do a deep dive into the division, so let's see. But yeah, so first off, I think it's going to end up going Jets, Patriots, Dolphins, Bills. It went Jets, Dolphins, Bills, Patriots. So let's figure out why. Let's see why. But Jets. I think Jets. I really don't know what to say. We got Aaron Glenn coming in from former defensive coordinator for the Lions. He's now going to be the head coach for the Jets. He brings in Justin Fields. I don't know what he sees in him. I don't know. From what I saw, still don't know. When he was in Pittsburgh and then in Chicago before that, it was kind of iffy. Like, there was some talent there, but there wasn't a lot. So I see Justin Fields as more of a kind of like a hold quarter, like kind of like a temporary quarterback for the Jets. I meant to say stopgap. That's what I was trying to say. I don't see him being the future at all in New York. He was not. I don't see it happening personally. I mean, I could be wrong, and he could be amazing, and they get like 11 wins this season. Yeah. I don't see it personally. Nope. The Jets' defense is pretty good, and Aaron Glenn is a defensive coordinator, a former defensive coordinator, so I am sure that in mid-season they trade away Sauce Gardner and Quinn Williams to the Cowboys and Colts. So there go the defensive pieces mid-season. He will find a way to make the defense even better. I mean, Sauce Gardner. All right, their defensive line is pretty good. Okay, linebacker, their front seven is good. All right, it's obviously there can be a lot of improvement. I mean, this team got 5 wins last year when everyone thought they would get 10 or 11 with Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers was the main problem. He's gone. Yeah, he's now in Pittsburgh. It's the Jets as a franchise that's the problem, not Aaron Rodgers. Which we'll go into that in the North division. But, yeah, I don't see the Jets really doing a whole lot this season. I think worst case scenario, they go 0-1, maybe 2 wins. They almost did too. They almost did go, like, they got like I think 3 wins. So, but for a while it looked like they were gonna go winless almost, or get like 1 win. So, best case scenario, they're amazing and they get 12 wins. But I don't see that happening. I think their ceiling is really more around 7 wins. And I would say my prediction, I would say they get like 3-4 wins. That's what I'm thinking right now. I think they can squeak out probably 2 or 3 of the games they play.
Yeah, with their schedule they had, yeah.
Probably could tie with the Patriots. I don't think they'll get swept by them. I mean, New England could also be.
They did. They did get swept by them. Because New England was amazing.
But we'll talk about them later. I think New England has more of the potential to be amazing than the Jets do right now, but who knows? And we're about to find out with these coordinators for the Lions, now that they're both coaches, if they're really that good, or if Dan Campbell helped them be that good. So, anyway, that's my prediction. I think they get 3 wins, maybe 4. I think ceiling 7, 8 wins.
I think 3.
Worst case scenario, they don't get any wins.
Yeah, they did because
the teams they play that they would win, they end up winning. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Justin Fields, I don't think, honestly, Justin Fields and Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, are about the same. So I think maybe a little.
That was a bad take. That was. Aaron Rodgers wasn't the problem. It was the Jets as a team and as a franchise that's the problem.
Bit of an upgrade. At the quarterback spot, Bright Breece Hall is okay. So
he was decent.
We'll see how this goes. They got Garrett Wilson. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
They used to have Devontae Adams. If they still had him, maybe they could get more than 4 wins.
He's
but
now on the Rams.
We'll see what happens. Defense is still pretty good. Can't really say too much on special teams, but yeah, I think ultimately 3-4 wins is what I'm predicting. But they could surprise everyone and get like 12 wins. So it could be like the Commanders this year. But anyway, yeah. So moving on to the Patriots, who I have in 3rd place. I have them at 7 wins.
They got 14, and they went to the Super Bowl.
Personally, I have a lot. I think Drake May is the future in New England.
He definitely is.
I do think he is. They now have a offensive line. They got an offensive lineman as their first pick. So I think, same with the Jets. I forgot to mention that. Jets also got an offensive lineman, which is also something they desperately needed. But aside from that, we're on the Patriots now. I think Drake May is for sure the future, and I think in a couple of years they also brought in Mike Vrabel, who is the head coach for the New England Patriots.
He took him to the Super Bowl.
He used to be for the Titans. I don't know why they fired him 2 years ago. That made no sense, but they did. So he's now the coach for the Patriots. Ever since Tom Brady left, this team has been in disarray. I mean, there was some potential back when they had Mac Jones. He flamed out after a season.
Yeah.
Now he's back up, and I think Jacksonville. But yeah, I don't think I do think that Drake May should carry this team to at least 6, 7 wins. I think if everything goes right, they could get 10 wins. If everything goes wrong, they get like 3. I think for sure, even if things go wrong, the Jets may sweep them, but I don't see that happening. I think they can at least win 1. Best case scenario, they sweep the Jets. Dolphins, they draw with. They get 1 win. They tie. I don't see them beating the Bills at all. Dolphins and Patriots, in my mind, are about the same. So I can see it going at least win 1.
Right, we've brought it
Best
back.
case scenario, they sweep.
Now, what I was going to pause it for before it sped up is best case scenario, they go to the Super Bowl and they lose. Because that's what happened. They exceeded expectations, the Patriots did. There was a part of me that thought this may happen, but I did not expect the Patriots to be this good. I did not expect them to beat the Bills or win the division. So, honestly, I did think they would get 10, 11 wins at most, but 7-8 seemed pretty good, especially for a team that went 4-13 the last like 2 years. So there's that. But anyway,
The Jets. Dolphins, they draw with. They get one win. They tie. And then Bills, I don't see them beating the Bills at all.
they did.
Dolphins and Patriots, in my mind, are about the same. So I can see it going either way. I could see Miami sweeping New England. I could see them tying the series. Or I can see New England sweeping Miami. Miami's got some real quarterback issues. So yeah. That is what my opinion is for the Patriots. The defense, still really good. You have Gonzalez and others that are still really good. But other than that, their defense. I mean, they had Matt London. Matt London. Yeah, he's now. Yeah, he went to the Falcons. They had him as well. He was also pretty good. So yeah, but their defense hasn't really been the issue. It's been the offense. Receivers, they got Stephon Diggs. He's pretty good. He's getting older. So, yeah, that might be a problem. But other than that, you have...
That wasn't a problem for the Patriots.
As far as I know, Hunter Henry is still on the team for the Patriots. But, yeah. So, their running back, don't know what's going on there. Don't really know with that. But, honestly, I think the Patriots should get some good wins. Should get 7, maybe 8 wins. But I can see them getting like 10, 11 wins if everything goes right. So, yeah, everything goes wrong. They get at the least 4 wins. I don't think they go under 3 wins. They go under 3. I don't. Well, yeah, I don't think they go under 3. They may get 3 if everything goes wrong. I don't.
No, they had an.
I think they at least get 4. But that is they got week 1. Up against the Raiders. That's going to be an interesting test. I'll really see if the Patriots are going to be at least okay to beat some of the really bad teams. And if they almost lose...
And they lost to the Raiders, but then they actually went with going and just winning out, so pretty much after that. Then they lost to the Patriots 2 weeks later, and then they just dominated after that, so... They did manage to lose to the Raiders, which was still baffling.
Or they lose.
How does a team that goes to the Super Bowl lose to the Raiders, especially how bad the Raiders were?
To the Raiders, then everything probably is going to go wrong. But I don't see that happening. I think they can at least pull out, for sure, 5 wins. But I think 7 is more likely for the Raiders. For the 14. Patriots. So, yeah, moving on to the Dolphins. I have them at 8 wins. The Dolphins are... Okay, this isn't gonna look too good. I mean, for the Dolphins this year, this doesn't look good. Really, this doesn't look good for Tua. Okay, Tua needs to retire.
Yeah, he looked bad. He didn't even have a concussion.
And if he gets another really bad concussion, this season, I'm gonna be saying it all season long. I'm probably gonna say it all season long anyway.
Yeah.
But Tua needs to retire.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
He's had at least two really bad concussions where he's nearly getting a seizure on the field. I
probably
don't know why he... Like, I mean, I understand why he doesn't want to retire, but for health's sake, he needs to retire. It's not a want. I think it's a need. He does. And until he leaves the Dolphins are not going to move forward, in my opinion. I don't think it's the coaching staff's problem.
They imploded.
or
Well,
fault. I think
everyone
it's
got
really
fired, so
right now
the team
Tua's fault.
thought it did. The
So,
general manager and the
I
coach.
think Tua needs to retire, and he's holding Miami back from being a really good team. Like, if Tua wasn't on the team and they had a better quarterback, I would say probably 12 wins for Miami.
Yeah.
But that's not the
They've
case.
shown they can.
They let go of Jalen Ramsey. They traded him to Pittsburgh. They got Mika Fitzpatrick,
It was interesting.
who,
with,
in my
Steelers.
opinion, is about the same.
Mhm.
Honestly, I would say Mika Fitzpatrick is better than Jalen Ramsey. I remember him like 4 or 5 years ago, 3 years ago, back when he was really good. Now he's just kind of...
Yeah. I didn't notice Mika Fitzpatrick really at all on the Dolphins this year. So maybe that's just what happens with corners when they're on the Dolphins, or corners or safeties. They just kind of fade into obscurity, and you don't really hear from them because Mika Fitzpatrick didn't really elevate the Dolphins team. The Dolphins just got worse. So yeah, that was. Well, actually, no. The Dolphins didn't get 4. They got 7 wins. Never mind. Dolphins got 7 wins, but either way. So I guess the prediction is pretty close. I was a game off. But yeah, it pretty much blew up for Miami. The year pretty much blew up. This was just bad. Yeah, this is just a bad year for the Dolphins, and now pretty much everyone's gone. So maybe they'll get a little bit better. Maybe they'll be a little bit more competitive. At least get a wild card spot next year. But yeah, we'll see.
fallen off. Mika Fitzpatrick has been good ever since I started watching football. As long as I can remember, he's been on the Steelers. So yeah, Mika Fitzpatrick, I would say, is much better than Jalen Ramsey in that position. So safety, they're good. Cornerback, we'll see what the Dolphins are going to do there. But I think as long as Tua is on the team, they're going to go 8, 9, 10 wins max. I think if Tua leaves and they get a better quarterback, even if they draft a quarterback,
they got 7, so
12 wins would be what I would put them at, just from the talent they got on the team. At least the majority of the talent. But now a lot of the talent's leaving because the team isn't progressing.
Yeah.
So I don't. If Tua stays, I see a world where all their stars leave. Tyreek Hill leaves. Jalen Waddle leaves. Who else is? Yeah, I see both their running backs leaving. Mostert and Achane leaving as well. So yeah, I can see a lot of their talent on offense, especially leaving if Tua continues and doesn't either retire or leave the team, gets traded or decides to leave himself. But yeah, I don't see the Dolphins really progressing. I think they get 8 wins this year, maybe 9, but I don't see them making the playoffs either. I don't think they will this season. So yeah, finally, the Bills. I think they'll get 14 wins. That is where I'm putting it. On ceiling, they could get
12.
Probably 14. Honestly, their ceiling 14, 15.
And they didn't win the division. They got
their floor probably 9, maybe 10. They'll win the division either way. I don't see any team. I think they sweep everyone in the division, in my opinion. I think they go 6 for 6 in their division.
That did not happen.
So, I don't see them losing to anyone in their division. That's 6 wins already. Even on their floor. I mean, I don't see it. The teams are in disarray. I can see them maybe losing one to the Patriots if the Bills just fall back.
I think that might have been the only.
I mean, they got rid of Von Miller. Von Miller wasn't doing a lot for Buffalo. I mean, he was good, and for being an old linebacker, he's pretty good for what he is. He's on Washington. I'll talk about that when we get to the NFC East, but. Yeah, I think the Dolphins, Josh Allen, in my opinion, the real winner of the MVP should be Saquon Barkley, but that's just because I'm an Eagles fan. But
I still believe that.
Honestly, just in my honest opinion, that would still be true. I think Saquon Barkley did much more for the Eagles than Josh Allen has done for the Bills.
I think the MVP.
So that's just my opinion on the.
Should have been, instead of Matthew Stafford this year, it should have been JSN. I think that should have been the MVP. I personally do not agree with it being an only quarterback award. That just doesn't make sense. Quarterbacks, yes, they're very important to the team, but that doesn't necessarily mean they outshine everyone else when it's obvious that they're not the sole reason why the team's winning. And JSN wasn't necessarily the sole reason, but he was one of the big reasons why the Seahawks were really good, especially offensively. So, personally, I think JSN should have won MVP over Matthew Stafford or Drake May. Drake May didn't win any awards, which is crazy. I think Drake May probably should have won. Well, no, not really. Matthew Stafford could probably win Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year was obviously Myles Garrett. That was no question. No one did more defensively than Myles Garrett this season. Rookie of the Year, offensive and defensive rookies. It was the defense was Schlesinger. That makes sense. Offense, I forget. Oh, Ted McMillan. Yeah. Yeah. But
winning the MVP, I don't think it should go to either Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen until they win a Super Bowl. That's my opinion. They need to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, and they need to win the Super Bowl. That's what they need to do for me to consider them for being an MVP over someone like Saquon Barkley for what he did this season.
Definitely.
So, yeah. But Bills, I think for sure they go and win the division. I don't see them not winning the division this year. So yeah, that's my prediction for the AFC East. I'm gonna start uploading way more on this channel.
All right. Okay, so yep, that was my reaction to yeah, that was my reaction to the AFC East. Yeah, I don't think anyone really expected the Patriots to be as good as they were this season. So, yeah, but we'll see. But I will be doing this for all the other divisions that I did. I didn't do all of them this year because I ran out of time to do the North, the AFC, the NFC North, the NFC South, and the NFC West, but I did all the other divisions, so I'll react to those as well. Those will be coming up in the future, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I will also be doing a top 10 worst things I predicted this year for my predictions and analysis. One of those things probably will be, from this video, will probably be in the top 10. And then top 10 best predictions, analysis, whatever you want to call it, for this season. So those will also be those will also be videos coming out in the future, along with me ranking all the teams this year. So anyway, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and click here to see my prediction for the Super Bowl. Anyway.